下午好，欢迎来到我们备料当中的喜剧派。Today we're going to continue our little mini series called Is It Chinese or Not? Where we discover, look into, discuss, and argue about foods that may or may not be Chinese. We're gonna make, how do I say it in Cantonese? 西多喜 Sai, like 塞多喜 Western toast, or as you guys might call it, French toast. It is a Hong Kongese classic. 2 pieces of Pullman sliced white, betwixt which is smeared a thick layer of usually peanut butter, ceremoniously dipped on all sides in an egg and dairy mixture, fried stupid hard, as a facsimile and a reasonable approximation of your version of French toast. When I say your, I need you to like, comment, subscribe, all for the algorithm, just for the purposes of expanding this content to where it needs to go, which is overseas from where I'm standing here in China. I want to see exactly how much room there is for actual Chinese people to make maybe not actual Chinese food for not us. But anyways, back to the food. Let's start with the bread. It's toast. A typical pon de mie or Pullman loaf. It's not Hokkaido bread because I'm not making a tangzhong, as Joshua Weissman would call it. 1 kilo of all-purpose flour, 2 eggs, which should be 100 grams, plus 200 grams of ice because I'm in a hot kitchen, plus 300 grams of water, 20 grams of yeast, 20 grams of salt, 50 grams of milk powder, and 150 grams of butter. I'm not going to walk you through the process because you can go talk to anybody else you want, but it doesn't matter because traditionally, you use the cheapest, most processed, plasticky white bread you can find. So we have all our materials here. This is our restaurant prep toast. This is soft, squishy, fucking Wonder Bread loaf ordered off the internet. And Wonder Bread is what you would want to use if you're in North America. Just any bagged, shitty, processed loaf. Over here is your egg mixture. It's 2 eggs, evaporated milk. So equal measures between egg and evaporated milk. You can put sugar and salt in this mixture if you want. It's optional. Where you're from, if you have carnation, use carnation. But if you want to be traditional, and Hong Kong people back me up here, you use black and white. Black and white is almost used as a decoration in Cha San Ting because it is the ubiquitous brand in Hong Kong for all things like milk tea, like yuan yang, which is a milk tea coffee sort of portmanteau. It is the evaporated milk you think of when you think evaporated milk and Hong Kong. You can also use cheap peanut butter, but I'm gonna use this pistachio butter we use for prep here at Magpie. So far so clear? Let's get started. I think most likely it's because this needs to be fried really, really hard. And the crusts are pretty resistant to liquid, so the egg mixture might not absorb. Later when we go to fry this, the sealing of the edges is done by the egg mixture. So if we don't cut the crusts off, it might not absorb, is my guess. I am not an expert in this food. I'm only doing this because I'm sick of watching white people do it. People in the West make Asian food the way the people in the West used to make Asian porn. We don't fuck like that. We don't cook like that either. So I don't want Asian food to be pornified the same way Asian bodies were, you know?
Is it real Chinese food?
This is Chinese food in the same way that Kung Pao chicken is American food.
Kung Pao chicken is American food?
No, hear me out.
Okay.
We did to this what the Americans did to Kung Pao chicken. So in that instance, when no one claims it and it's being made locally in the area that it's made, I would say it's from there. If you don't consider this to be Chinese food, then no Hong Kong food is Chinese food.
它跟法式吐司这两个东西有什么联系吗？
Okay, you are asking a question that doesn't track because our languages don't translate like that. First of all, the word toast in the Han languages is used to not only describe actual toasted toast, but it's also the word we've used to describe a Pullman loaf of this container. This is a Pullman mold for a Pullman loaf. The whites do not call that toast. It's only toast once you've toasted it. The thing you're talking about, French toast? No French person would call this French toast. It's probably some English guy going, the toast that the French fucks make. And then some other English guy goes, oh, French toast. Johnny, probably, from last time.
OK，
So when it came to China, we started calling it 法兰西多士. And then 法兰西多士 became stupid to say. So we said
是多士。
西多士. Yeah. This will only show up in a cha餐厅 in Hong Kong or on the mainland, Canton, or in a restaurant that some overseas Chinese child or 留学生, they opened a little cha餐厅. They would make, you know, and then on their menu it was like Hong Kong style French toast. Oh, by the way, a cha餐厅is our closest facsimile to your diner if you're in America, or an actual cheap bistro if you're European, or a pub if you're English.
A pub。
Yes.
英国
Back when drunk driving was legal, which was not that long ago, you could drink in a cha餐厅, have a beer, have a Sapporo.
哎，你有听过人民面包吗？
I don't 听香港人 say anything.
哦、really?
I don't hang out with Hong Kong people much. Because usually hanging out with Hong Kong people means I have to go to Hong Kong. I really don't like going to Hong Kong. I'm forced to speak English by someone who doesn't speak English themselves because they won't speak Mandarin even though they can,
啊呀，
and they know I don't speak Cantonese even though they will. Because I feel like I've had my ass kicked every time I go there. It's just slow and dusty. Everyone's like your height. They walk slow and fast at the same time. Their streets make no sense. Everything takes forever to get to. The most efficient way to travel in a modern city is a technology from the Victorian era. Right? And also, there's nothing I want from there. Tech is cheaper here because that's where it's from.
呀，
Right? Services are quicker.
而且他们的店员就是看起来脾气比你还差。
No, not anymore.
哦，是吗？
No, Hong Kong service industry is very nice now because they're poor.
哦，是吗？
Yeah, the economy is bad. They can't afford to be mean
哦，就
anymore.
没有以前脾气那么差。
Yeah, which is why their food tastes like shit now.
哦 OK。
Like, for the Hong Kong people in my audience, when I go to a Hong Kong restaurant, I want some old bitch to serve me water like this. 水是不是这么倒的？
是是是。
人家是开进去，嗨嗨嗨嗨 ，right? But now it's like，哇，先生，你是从深圳来的吗？我太好了，在这里边请哦，先坐，先坐，先坐，可以扫二维码的，我们这里可以微信支付。It's not the same, man. 香港礼貌了好多，一点都不香了，你不觉得吗，老陈？
没什么变化。我一直以来觉得香港服务挺好的。
Because you're Cantonese, you speak Cantonese, you are Cantonese, you watch TVB. If I fucking go to Hong Kong and say, 哥，麻烦你一下哈，就是尖沙咀从这儿走有多远呢？你想吧，洋洋去香港 ，How the fuck is he gonna get any help?
你知道我以前每次去，我只能讲英文。
Hong Kong is the only part of China where you will get treated better still for speaking English only.
Yeah. 但是呢，作为一个上海人，我说实话不觉得他们态度差，因为上海很多店态度。
No, because you guys are much better at being awful than they are.
Yeah. 就很熟悉
Being awful to each other is an Olympic sport in Shanghai.
很亲切，很亲切。
When two IEs see each other after 2 weeks of not hanging out, what is it? Oh, 那么胖了。
That's so real. Yeah.
What other woman anywhere in the world sees her friend and goes, "You've gotten fat"?
没有吗
Nope.
No, it's okay. You're being nice.
That's just
No
that
problem.
because you're my friend, right?
I know.
So when my mom goes to Shanghai and people think they're being rude, my mom's like, "Oh, this is cute.
Yeah, yeah.
You guys think you're mean. This is adorable." I prefer bad Hong Kong service.
Okay.
It's more honest, and that's just the industry person in me speaking. I don't believe that anybody should be forced to be nice to someone they don't want to be nice to. Doesn't matter what your job is, right?
Just be honest.
It's not even about honesty. It's just be a normal person, right? I feel like restaurant service should be, you hungry? Fuck yeah, I have all the shit right here. I can help you out with that. I can solve hungry, right? I can't like fucking blow you under the table while you have your 牛奶粉, but I can give you the 牛奶粉, you know? Fuck, I almost forgot this is a cooking show. Don't leave it in here for too long. That's another thing that's hugely different from bon perdu or French toast. You just want to roll the outsides in an eggy mixture, and then you're good to go.
为什么不
Because you don't want custard texture. You still want the inside to be crispy bread.
Okay.
Right? You're essentially making a fried egg shell on the outside of your bread. Yeah? 我刚刚说我都差点忘了这是一个美食节目了。Oh, you speak English now? 操 You English good 啊 you?
我很好奇，就是要是我们去讨论香港人不太 态度很差，他们会不会破口？
No
不会吧？
No， 香港人怎么说呢？就是香港人知道他们很好笑啊，
是吗？
台湾人也知道他们很搞笑啊，
这个我
新加坡人也知道他们很搞笑啊。
嗯
出去第一次嘲讽自己口音的和自己就是老家的是谁？
谁啊？
就是坡县、港县和宝岛的嘛，对不对？
也很开得起玩笑嘛，对吧？
是啊，恰恰是那些安徽的、合肥的、上海的，就是叫我假洋鬼子的都是我自己人，
啊，是，
对吧？
没事，你还叫我
不会是个香港人，也不会是个宝岛人，也不会是个坡县人。Do you want some side dosi?
Of course.
Oh, babe. All right. Now you can do this in a shallow fry, as in your pan, but I prefer it a deep fryer because I have a restaurant. Okay, and this is the color you want.
是那个感觉。
Yeah.
这个东西这样看起来也没有很油哦，因为它很湿嘛。
What the fuck? What? It's not very greasy because it's wet?
因为它不是蘸了那个汁嘛，
哦
那它不是很有水分吗？那它可以跟油不是做抵抗吗？那它
Does that make you feel better?
那个油应该就不会渗到里面去。
Well, would it make you feel better if I said
我也很好奇这个问题。
it's deep fried food, man?
OK，
Bread is a sponge. I'm putting a sponge in oil. What do you think's gonna happen to the sponge? If it makes you feel better, yes, you're right. This is a magical, physics-defying piece of toast.
你们知不知道茶餐厅有一套自己的黑话？
好，
In the same way that diners have their own diner speak. Yeah, I kill a cow and walk it through the garden. I need an Adam and Eve on the raft in a fucking abortion. Yeah, every like super cultured quick restaurant has their own little speech.
所以 diner 的这一套也是方便点单的时候可以快速的，就是方便。
理论上来说是 but not really. Like, for example, I need Adam and Eve on a raft, but like swimming in axle grease, kill a cow, walking through the garden, and also orange juice. Like fucking, it just makes you sound cooler. It's not quicker than saying I want 2 poached eggs on toast.
我第一次你知道在茶餐厅到飞沙走奶的时候就愣住了，后来人家跟我解释说这是黑咖啡，
Oh, so a Fraser and walk the milk.
不要糖不要奶。
Yeah, a Fraser walk the milk is just, it's not faster than coffee. Black coffee is the quickest way to say black coffee. All right, there we go. See, that looks more right. Can you imagine the Hong Kongese ate this for breakfast?
No，
Oh my God. I think the reason this exists is because an Asian person had French toast and said, that's not enough flavor. That tastes like nothing. So they fried it. All right, time to plate up. So a normal person would put this on a big plate, right? But because you're in Hong Kong where there's no room, you get a plate this big. Just however big your food is however big your plate is.
OK，
Because no room in Hong Kong.
OK，
And no syrup, no icing sugar, none of that bullshit. You want condensed milk, right? Hong Kong man? 是吗? And then you go 来都来了嘛，怕啥的? Then a fat Cantonese lady goes, "Law."
其实更多也会放，就给你一块咸的黄油。
Yes. Would you like salted butter or 炼奶? Okay. No. Okay. Serve you Hong Kong style. Law. Law 北佬. Law 北佬.
那态度越差越好吃。
This is what happens when you're northern in Hong Kong. You just get food thrown at you. 我是炼奶还是黄油？是有点涩涩，像刚射出来的一样。有 nothing, just bread. 来，清桑。广东先生，来请。
地道，
那可是个地道。
地道。
好，晒多士要唔要？
塞多士。
有 Cantonese, yeah? Oh, real Cantonese person. Get real Cantonese service.
哦，多士。
See? See, when you grow up near where you have to speak English,
Okay.
you end up speaking your version of
Both.
English. Okay, butter or condensed milk?
Just
There you go. Small plate for small bread for small you. Cantonese are very easy to feed, actually. Like, they want to pretend like they have food culture, but just if it's supposed to be salty, put soy sauce on it. If it's supposed to be sweet, put condensed milk on it. Easy. And then after you finish this, you're ready to go back into your taxi cab, your Toyota Crown, and drive around Hong Kong Island and Kowloon for 19 hours, driving drunk white people around to LKF, or Wan Chai. And then after that, when it's around 5, 6 in the morning, you go home and beat your kids. Hong Kong life. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, all for the algorithm so I can understand more about what you guys like to see and understand more about what we should make here. Don't worry, we still might renew our Chinese content. We're trying something right now where we want to turn this channel into English content only, but we will update you with Chinese content on another channel, or maybe just come visit us on Bilibili over here in China. Either way is fine. We'll leave all the links in the description down below, as always. I look forward to speaking to you guys soon, again, often. Thanks so much for watching. Take care, guys. I'll see you around.